pressing unboxing video, but this one is different. And I know I say that a lot at the beginning of most of my videos, but that's because I try and keep things different so that you're just not seeing the same stuff over and over again. But I'm really excited about this one. One of the biggest complaints I get when I do any sort of before and after pressing examples, whether I post the photos on Twitter and Instagram, or I do little videos on TikTok, or I do these long form videos on YouTube, where I do with the pressing unboxing series, where we look at issues and then I pick one out and show you the before and then the after. The biggest complaint I get is, Jim, we never see the final end result. Like, we love the before and after, but what's the final grade? And that's always been real difficult for me, because once I'm done working on them and I send them to either PSA or CGC to get graded, they're out of my hands. And once they're graded, they get shipped directly back to my customer, not to me. So I, most of the time, never end up hearing the results. By the time they're pressed, and then you send them to PSA or CGC, and then it takes a couple months to get them graded, and then they get them sent back, I think it just kind of loses, both me and my customer just kind of, forget about the whole process. But not this time. I'm going to show you some clips from a pressing unboxing video I did, show you the before and after, and then my customer, Rick, mad shout out to Rick. He actually did his own little mini unboxing video and showed the final result. So I'll be able to put this in there too. So if you're one of my pressing customers and you want me to highlight your final results, all you got to do is get back to me and do exactly what Rick did, because he rocked this one. So let's go check this out. I'm going to start with kind of some edited highlights of the original video I did. Then we're going to go back to Rick's unboxing video, the video that he sent to me, and then I'll come back and we'll wrap it up here. But this is awesome. Check it out right here. It's a Kraken press, so a lot going on here. Let's talk about what we got. This is Deadpool versus X-Force #1. September 2014. This has been autographed by J. Scott Campbell and Stan Lee. But if you look closely, this is not a signature series. This is one of the new JSA authenticated pieces. 9.6. By the way, this is one of my customers, Rick. So Rick, shout out to you. I told him, I looked at it closely, and he sent me the grader notes. Man, there's a lot of talk about here. I sent this to Rick. I looked at everything. I was like, Rick, it's pretty much a crapshoot. Could get a 9.8, could come back a 9.6. The grade could even go down. And he said, you know what, mother trucker? Let's do it. And I like that. I'm a gambling man. What are we doing here if we're not having fun and taking some risks? And always, always going for that 9.8. So I love it, Rick. You're risking it here because this could go either way. Right there. Tiny little spine tick. Got another little one there. Just a little bit. Let me move my light over. Just a little one there. Another little one there. These don't break color, so that's good. There's the guy. Man, that is the lightest crease. You can barely see it. It's been cleaned. It's been pressed. Now let's look at the results. If you remember, let's get this light in here. Had a bunch of little spine ticks. They didn't break color, but they ran down all length of the spine here. There were several of them. All of those came out perfectly. Very nice and clean. This was the grader note issue. Let's see if I can get a good focus and light on this. Look, in the right light, you can still see a faint little crease there on the corner. So we're going to be rolling the dice with CGC to see what happens on this one. This is as good as this one's going to get. Fingers crossed for that 9.8.
Well, we're going to open this one up. This is a Deadpool autographed by Stan Lee. My buddy James Kehoe, CGC Sports Illustrated, to those of you that know, took this on as a project. It was a 9.6 to begin with, which is already a great score, but I wanted to see if we got some spine ticks out, and there was a tiny crease in the right front corner. If we got that out, if we couldn't get it to a 9.8, because it's a #1 and it was autographed by Stan Lee. So I just got it back. We're going to open it up and see what happens. Turn it around, and here it is. And we're gonna see what we got. Let's see. Here it is. Holy cow. We got a 9.8. Wow. This is amazing. I really didn't think we were going to get a 9.8. We got a 9.8. JSA autographed by Stan Lee. I got goosebumps here. This is pretty fantastic. Scott Campbell and Stan Lee, Deadpool X-Force #1, and we got a 9.8. It's fantastic. Thanks, James.
Dude, 9.8. I was like so invested into it. I was like, oh, come on, man. You gotta get that 9.8. You gotta get that 9.8, and please don't let the grade go down. That was a home run. Rick, I can't believe that worked out that well. You absolutely took a gamble on that by having me crack and press a 9.6. We got it to a 9.8. Sometimes they work out like this. They don't always work out like this. I've said before, sometimes the grade stays the same. Sometimes when you do CPR, which by the way, CPR stands for crack, press, regrade. Sometimes you do CPR and the grades can actually go down. It's because grading is at its core a subjective process. And so you're just kind of bound by, all the various things like the grader's mood that day, or different graders see things differently, all those sorts of things. This was a big gamble. It paid off. Rick, I'm so happy for you, and I really want to say thank you, and I appreciate you, Rick, for following up with me and sending that video so that I could show this, final end result of the process, which we rarely get to do. So really appreciate it. If you're interested in my comic and magazine cleaning and pressing service, drop a comment here on YouTube. Find me on social media. Shoot me a DM over there. I really got to give a massive shout out to Ken, who has been just volunteered to start making my YouTube thumbnails for me. And he's done a bunch of other stuff too. So Ken, shout out to you. Shout out to you watching this. Thanks so much. More videos coming soon. Appreciate it.